What's up, guys? Breaking news that you probably already heard, but Mullen is suing several different brokers. You'll see it. You probably heard it. For what? Manipulating their share price. They have a zero tolerance approach. I wish Adam would be like that. But let's talk about that for a minute. Then I'm going to show you these articles, because there's an article about an actual Marine officer who got millions of dollars. How much it was? $28 million for being a whistleblower on one of these corporations that was actually effing over the United States government to the tune of almost $500 million. We'll talk about that in a second. But here's the thing. These lawsuits, a lot of people say Wes Christensen didn't accomplish nothing. Adam tried to put him down. If you haven't watched Suits or you don't know how this crap works, these guys get sued. This stuff goes and they go back and forth, back and forth. It never sees the light of day of court, true court. It's between the lawyers, negotiations, who's got the bigger hand, who's Harvey, who's not Harvey, right? And then that shit does what? It's called a non-disclosure. They sign a non-disclosure. The lawyers can't talk about it. Nobody can talk about it. And the company will never admit fault, ever. Just watch Suits if you don't understand how that works. It's literally how they do it. But it's good to see that a company like Mullen is taking a stance, because obviously we've all seen it. Adam Aaron doesn't give a rat's ass about the stock being manipulated. You guys remember at the theater? Do we need to drag out the article where he said that manipulation's not our problem? It shouldn't be our problem? We ain't got to worry about it? Come on, folks. This is just more stuff that it just, I don't see. You know what? It's going to take you guys willing to stand up. These companies can sue, and hopefully Mullen gets their money. But these brokers, these banks, and these dealers, and these freaking market makers are going to keep doing it, because they can use hush money. They can pay it off under the table, non-disclosure. Nobody knows what really happened. And they can just say, because no one gets punished for it. No one up the executive board. Now listen to this. Now, of course, like guys like Cowboy and some of these other influencers put down companies like Mullen or any of these other companies that hired, Share Intel and Wes Christensen, and they all wanted to make fun of them. What good has that done? Well, at least they fucking did something, you idiots. At least they are taking a stand, unlike your CEO Adam that you kissed up to, who's just sit and watched millions beyond billions of millions of dollars taken from shareholders. At least these guys are standing up. And listen to what they said. Mullen Automotive announced on Tuesday that it filed a federal lawsuit in the Southern District of New York against TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, National Finance Services, and others, alleging that the broker-dealers engaged in a scheme to manipulate the company's share price. No shit. The lawsuit seeks compensatory damages and injunctive relief from defendants arising from the alleged unlawful conduct and violating the SEC rules. Now, you guys think they're going to pay for it? Right here, they have long suspected illegal short-selling activities. He said the company has zero tolerance when it comes to manipulating the stock. Gosh, it would be great if Adam would come out and say something like that, or tweet, say that we're not going to put up with it. I don't know. Take a fucking stand for once. So this story, you guys can look it up, but this former Marine, I hate that they say ex, but this former Marine, mother of three, got like $40 million because she stood her ground for integrity and justice and doing what was right against her own company that she went to work for, Booz Allen. If you're not familiar with Booz Allen, they're a major contractor in the Washington, D.C. that does like billions of dollars worth of contractual work through the United States government. And what she discovered looking through their numbers were that they were overinflating and charging the United States government to make extra money to the tune of almost $500 million so they could pay for another section of their business that was failing. The whole nother section so they can boost those numbers, make it look good so the company didn't look like they were losing money. And they were charging you as the taxpayers. They were charging our government the money, which is ours. It's our money. But see, they were able to get away with it. So she took the time. She sued them. She got $40 million out of it. They had to pay out a $377 million fine for it. And guess what? They didn't want to admit any wrong, and it got washed under the table as usual, because you know what? This is the kind of stuff they get away with. It's why they continue to break the law. Guys, I don't think we're wrong. We've been right about this the whole time when it comes to AMC. These guys are just too big to fail. They just pay fines and they get away with it. here's another particular lawsuit that some of my veteran people that watch may understand. You heard about the 3M lawsuit about their earplugs. You're going to tell me that they not only didn't know that their earplugs were defective and they caused a lot of veterans out there to have hearing loss and ringing and tinnitus and all that crap. You think those board of directors didn't know that? But now look, after 7 years, how long has it been? Now they're going to pay out this fine, $5.5 billion fine. I doubt that the veterans themselves would get much money out of it necessarily, but they're going to pay this out. And look, their stock went up 20% because now they can just pay to play. Everybody's happy. They have enough money in their coffers. They'll pay for it. And then the investors are like, oh, cool, our stock's protected now. Do you guys not see how screwed up our system is? Do you understand why I get so frustrated and why I wanted to march on DC like we did and why I keep trying to tell the damn retail community that you're going to eventually have to take a stand? It's the only way that the politicians in this country and everyone is going to listen. They're not going to listen to us making YouTube videos, and they sure as hell ain't going to change anything just because we buy a stock and we hold it and we make cool memes and we hang out on Twitter space calls. Fucking people got to wake up.